Hi, thanks so much for joining me for what I'm calling a warm, smoky eye. I think that's what I'm calling it, because I typically think of smoky as either gray or brown, and in this case it's a nice warm color. So I think it's great for the summer and also as we go into autumn. And I love this because it's very easy. I only use one color. I am using the Charlotte Tilbury Dolce Vita palette, and that is this color right here that I'm using. I've got it swept all over my lid. I've also got a few more things. If you'd like to follow along, I tried to videotape this. I tried to do this in a full shot so you could see everything and kind of do it with me if you wanted to give it a try. In addition to this palette, I also have a Real Techniques brush. It's just an eyeshadow brush. It's smaller because my eyes are smaller. And then I've got a blending brush. This one's by IT Cosmetics, and I also have a pencil brush by SMASHBOX, which I love. So these are kind of my go-to shaped brushes. I might use different brands or whatever I have at hand, but I always have these ready. I am also using the Mercier, what are they officially called? Caviar Stick Eye Colors, one in copper, one in caramel. The caramel is the matte one that I just recently got. And I also have the Marc Jacobs Highliner for tight lining and Blacquer, and then the Tom Ford eye defining pen just to add a little bit more definition. I've got mascara as well, and I'm using a brow product that someone asked about, the WUNDERBROW product. I'm going to show you that really quickly and then get into the eyes. So if you want to follow along with me, or if you just want to see how I got here, please keep watching. I'm going to go ahead and try and start this in real time, and then if I have to edit it to make it go faster, I will. But it's really hot in here because the air is turned off to film, and then the lights are really hot. So hopefully we can get through this quickly and I can show you how easy this is to do. I'm going to start with my brows though, because I had a request to use the WUNDERBROW to see how I use it. I just take out the brush, but I take a little bit of the material off because it's too much. And then I will take the brush and lay it flat, and I'll kind of make upward strokes to define the front of my brow. And then I will pull it across like so, and then down. I'm not as careful with this because I will go in with a pencil for more finite work. It's a little bit hard to see with these lights. I'm used to a different mirror. So you may be seeing something different than what I'm seeing. So I've already applied foundation, and I also applied powder, and I'm just coming through. I noticed that the WUNDERBROW applies better to a dry surface. If I were to apply this directly onto a cream foundation, then it doesn't work as well. I'm gonna go in with my Dior eyebrow pencil called Dior Brow Styler, Diorshow Brow Styler in 002, and just add some little hairs in. Then I go in with a Glossier, here it is. Then I go in with Glossier Boy Brow in brown. And I go against the grain and up. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Why can't I ever find anything? And it is getting so hot in here. Do I not have it? I don't have it. Oh my goodness. I'll be back. Just kidding. These are behind my back. Okay, this is what I need. I'm going to start with this Mercier Caramel Matte Stick, and then you can see it on my eyes too. So far I'm liking the application. It's just that it doesn't really show up. I mean, you can see it a little bit, but I'm just using this as a base. This is what I did the first time. I have a little bit of concealer all over my eyes too, so that's creasing. So I'm going to go into my eye socket. No, what is that called? I'm going to go into my crease. Sheesh. Go into the crease a little bit. So there it is all over my lid and then under. And the reason I put it under is because I find lines under my eyelash, and then you can see them. You'll see concealer kind of get separated in there, and then you'll also see powder. This kind of smooths it over, and then if I apply powder over it, it doesn't gather in those little fine lines as much. Not a total fix, but at least it helps a little. I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury palette. It's the Dolce Vita, which I think this is one of the prettiest palettes that she has. I'm taking a Real Techniques shading brush. I'm just dipping that in there. I'm going to pat that on my eyelid. really kind of messy like. I've got it in my crease a little bit. I'm going to take this IT Cosmetics Airbrush, number 105. And I'm going to just brush the edges, not totally sweep it over. I'm going to brush it so it's a little bit smoother on the edges. And I want to do this before the cream product dries too much. It just softens that edge and diffuses it. But I'm not getting too much into the actual powder that I applied because I don't want to move that around too much. I'm going to go in on the other side, pat that in. And I have hair in my mouth. Then take this brush, do the same thing. See, I make the mistake often of holding this way too close, so I'm going to hold it on the end. Remind myself. It's a much more gentle control over here. Okay, that's it. Simple, simple. Take a shadow brush, liner brush. It's a Smashbox number 30. And I'm going to run this under and then kind of sweep it up. So I'm following this motion and up. This motion and up. I have a little bit of shadowing here on the end because that's just the natural shape of my eye, but it makes them look downturned. So I apply concealer in there and then I try and use an upward motion to camouflage that shadow. The shadow is much more severe. Well, that's not a good word. It's much more pronounced on this side, so I have to really even it out. So one way I cheat that is to put the powder over the crease and then you don't notice it as much. It's still there, but it also makes my eyes appear larger. Okay, so you can see there's an upward motion where I bring the color up with this brush and I get into the crease too. So I don't end it right where my eye ends. I bring it up through that crease so it kind of becomes part of the shape. That's really it for the application piece. And then you can amp it up by putting some of these colors, but I don't believe I did that, did I? I don't think I did that. So this is kind of a one color deal. The other colors are beautiful, but I just used this one. In order to add a little bit more dimension, I added a highlight stick. This is a Smashbox step-by-step contour stick, but it's actually the highlight one. It's the 3-pack, and I put a little bit of that highlighter right under my eyebrows just to have more three-dimensional appearance. It's subtle, it's not shimmery, but it does highlight that area. Then I just kind of blend it with my fingers, pat it in. So it's subtle, but it's visible. Taking my Marc Jacobs Highliner in Blacquer, tight line. I love this for tight line because it's so soft. I've used other eyeliners before and it's either dry or it tugs or it stings, so I like that one a lot. Then I'm going in with Copper, Laura Mercier Caviar Stick Eye Color in the waterline. I did put a little bit of the Tom Ford Eye Defining Pen, the longer side, the brush side. Ooh, mine needs a little bit of help. It looks like it got bent. And I just laid this on my lashes, and I'd like to get in as close to the middle as I can. So it just adds definition without actually seeing too much of the liner. My eyes look red from tight lining. I get a little irritated even though it is so soft. My eyes have been dry lately, so they stick together sometimes, especially in the afternoon. They'll start sticking together when I blink. Then we're going to do just the teeny tiniest little flick on the end. I have to remember to go up more than out. Try and follow the shape of this bottom line. So there we go, just a little flick. Again, just trying to get that as close to the lash line as possible, and then flick it up at the end. There we go. Start with my Dior Maximizer 3D primer. And I'm going to use a mascara that I picked up recently. And I picked it up for my bottom lashes, but it's been working really well for my top lashes as well. That is the Maybelline Lash Discovery, the mini brush mascara, and it really grabs those little lashes. I'm wondering if that IT Cosmetics Superhero mascara is like this, or if this is a dupe for that. If you have that, let me know if you've used both of these. It's a teeny tiny one, and it really separates and gets in there really easily. So I can see how if you have smaller lashes, that you can find them, maybe that's why it's called Lash Discovery. You can grab onto them pretty easily with this little wand. And it works great for bottom lashes. So I'm looking at the time and it's been about 11 minutes, so I have a feeling I will have to fast forward through some of this, like right now. I've just applied the next coat of mascara, and I'm noticing that the intensity is not as intense as the last time I had this on, so I'm going to show you how you can pump this up if you want something more dramatic. So I'm taking the Dolce Vita palette, again the same color. Oh, I have mascara up there. And I'm just patting that on again, same place. Just concentrating it further away from the lashes and then up further. So you can see what a difference that makes. Just applying a second coat, you can see the difference. I'm going to do that over here. You can see a little bit more shimmer this time. And then I think I could add a little bit more to the outer edge. And I'm just patting it in. I'm going to add some more on the bottom and just bring it out a little bit more. And that's it. I hope you found that as easy as I did. If you enjoyed this format, please let me know with a thumbs up or leave a comment below. And if you haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate it if you have. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. So much, and I will see you next time. Is that it? Hi. Oh, no, not hi. This is the end.